What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video, CR Sports Analysis. Today we have a huge NBA slate. NBA games rolling over from 1 o'clock today all the way until 8, 9 o'clock. So let's get into it. We don't have a recap. We did not do one yesterday, but the recap from the day before is what it looks like. Only missed one pick outright, so we did pretty well. All right, let's get into today. Chicago at Charlotte. Minus 9. Chicago being the favorite by 9.5 points. Money line minus 400. Probably will be taking Chicago money line. First pick I do have for you today that I do love is Seth Curry over 10.5 points. His line did drop down to 9.5. I love this pick because he's gone over in 7 of 9 games versus Chicago. He went over twice this year, averaging over 15 points against them this year. If you look at him at home, well, first of all, his last 3 games he played over. His last 4 games he played over 20 minutes. So we're expecting him to play over at least 17 minutes today, with a 9% usage rate. We do that on the season. He's hit this line in 13 out of 24 games. As we see, every time he has 9 points the game before, he went over after. So we see right here at the beginning of the season, 9 points over, 9 points over, and then 9 points open for another over. We do like that. If we look at it at home this season, in his past 30 games, he's never gone over 3 games in a row without getting this at home. And then he's never gone 2 games in a row without getting this. And every time he had 9, he went over the next game. I mean, I did say 10.5. What I do like about 10.5 is, let's see, where did I see that the other day? You're probably just going to take him for 10 points. I do like Seth Curry for 10 points. This is, a big slate today, so I'm going to get on with the video. The next, we got Kevin Huerter, 10 points. Kevin Huerter has been doing great as of recent. His last 10 games, he's averaged over 10% usage rate with playing over 30 minutes a game, so that's good. We're going to put his minutes up to 25. As we see on a season, when playing 25 minutes plus, he's hit this line in 19 out of 28 games. So we bump him down to 10 points. And as we see, he's never went back-to-back all season without getting 10 points. So we do like Kevin Huerter today. I do think he pops off against Charlotte. Next, we got Nikola Vucevic, 10 to 15 points, 6 rebounds. I probably won't go over every single pick I have, but I will tell you what I have. So, Nikola Vucevic, 10 points. He's hit this line in 9 out of 13 games versus Charlotte. When playing in away games, though, he's hit this line in 5 out of 6, averaging 18 away on the season. He's hit this line in 22 out of 34 games. As we see, he's never won more than 3 games in a row without cashing this away. So we do like that. 18 out of 30. We just bet in this trend right here. 3 games. If you look at away versus Eastern Conference teams, this line goes all the way up to 15 out of 19 games this season. And then we also had him for 6 rebounds. His line is at 9.5. Could take him for 10. He could get a double-double today. But we did choose him for 6. And, that's easy, bottom of the barrel. He's cashed this in 12 out of 13 games. If you want to take his normal line, 9.5, I would. Considering his last 4 games versus Charlotte, he's gotten over 10 rebounds. He had 13 against them in his most recent game against Charlotte. Next, we got Kobe White over 2.5 assists. This should be pretty easy. You can find some value on this, considering his line. Let's see, where is his line? His line is at 4.5. So we bump him down to 2.5. He's cashed this in 9 out of 13 games. He had 8 assists against Charlotte last time, and he's also cashed this line in 24 out of 30 games. If you look at away, he's cashed this in 27 out of 35 games away this season. And if we look at away versus Eastern Conference teams, he's never went just one game in a row where he cashed and didn't cash the next. As we see, one game cash, one game cash. We're just doing that right there. We're hoping this next green candle turns green. We move on. So Kobe White over 2.5 assists. I do like that pick. Next game we're looking at. Let me see. Lakers at Oklahoma City. The Lakers are 7-3 against Oklahoma in their last 10 games. OKC beat them November 29th, 101-93. They're 7-3 against the spread. The Lakers are. In the last 10 games, Lakers are 5-5, 4-4, 4-5 against the spread. Oklahoma City's 9-1 in their last 10, also 9-1 against the spread. OKC is heavily favored, minus 9.5 points, money line 400. Probably OKC is a smart decision money line today to take. 34-5 at home this season, while the Lakers are only 17-20 away. Injury side of things, LeBron James is probable for today. Rui Hachimura questionable. The power forward Jalen Williams is listed as out. That's all I'm really seeing on OKC side of things. For the picks in this game, I have Dorian Finney-Smith over 6.5 points. Luka Doncic 15 points, 4 to 6 rebounds, 4 to 6 assists. Hartenstein 4 to 6 rebounds, maybe 8. LeBron James 15 to 20 points, 4 to 6 rebounds. Jalen Williams 10 to 15 points, and SGA 20 points, 4 to 6 assists. We do have a lot of picks in that game, so I probably can't get to all of them. I will show you Dorian Finney-Smith first, over 6.5. What we do like about Dorian Finney-Smith is that his last 10 games he's been playing over 20 minutes, so he does have room to get 7 points with a 7% usage rate. As we see on the season, he's never gone. Well, he had one game where he went over 2 games without getting 7 points. We just like how it's been 2 games right here and 2 games right here. If you look at him in away games versus Western Conference teams, he's hit this line in 9 out of 10 games this season when playing away versus a Western Conference team. Most recent was Memphis on March 29th. We do like him. Next, Isaiah Hartenstein, 4 to 6 rebounds. Wait, no, I said 6. Yeah. Well, he had 18 against the Lakers the last time he played them, so he probably can go over 10 today. The reason why I would say 8 at least is because of this right here. He's hit this line in 45 out of 56 games this season. And when playing away, he's never went back-to-back games away without getting 8 rebounds. So we actually do like him for 8 today. Next, we have Luka Doncic, 15 points. I know 20 points is easy, but, this is a different OKC team. His line is at 27.5, and as you can see head-to-head, this is his line at 20 points head-to-head. He's hit this in 10 out of 14 games, never going back-to-back games against OKC without getting 20. So you can take Luka for 20 today, but I'm probably just going to play it safe, take him for 15. Let's see, we also had his rebounds and assists. Luka Doncic 4 to 6 rebounds. Let's find him. His line is at 8.5. He's averaging right around 6 to 8 with the Lakers. So if you look at him for 4 rebounds, 100% against them. He's gotten over 10 rebounds in their past 6 games. In 45 or 46 on the year, we're getting 4 rebounds. So 4 would be pretty easy today. And then 6 rebounds, 100% as well. And we also had 4 to 6 assists for him. As we see, his line on 4 assists on the year is 42 out of 46 games, 100% versus. And as we see with 6 assists, he's never gone back-to-back games against OKC without getting 6 assists. So we do like that for today with Luka Doncic. Next pick, we're looking at LeBron James, 15 to 20 points. Let's get to him. LeBron James line is at 22 and a half. He had 12 points against OKC last time. If we look at LeBron, 15 on the season. He's hit this in 62 out of 66 games. Do like LeBron, 15 to 20 today. Rebounds, he probably will get a lot of rebounds today. He's hit this line of 6.5 in 6 out of 7 games versus OKC. He had 8 against them this season. 4 rebounds, 61 games out of 66 this year. And what's crazy is he had 0 rebounds yesterday. He's only went one time this year without getting 4 rebounds back to back. So we do like that. We probably will take him for 0. Take him for 4 because he did have 0 in his last game. 4 to 6 rebounds. And then we got 4 to 6 assists for LeBron. As you see, 4 assists. He's hit this line in 6 out of 7 games versus OKC. Had 6 against them last time. He's also hit this line in 63 out of 66 games this year. So we do like LeBron for 4 to 6 assists today. Last 2 picks, SGA for 20, 4 to 6 assists. If we look at SGA, his line is at 6.5, so you can find value at 6 assists. This is his line at 46 out of 75 games this year. In his last 30 games, he's hit this in 22 out of 30. Head-to-head, he's hit this in 7 of 10 games. So if you want to take him for 4 to be easy, I would, do that. He's only had one time this season where he had 1 green candlestick without getting it the next game. As we see right here, 1 green. And then it's way back to the start of the season. And he's over in 10 out of 10 games versus the Lakers. He had 9 assists against them last time too. So that's pretty good. We got him for 20 points as well. And then we just got Jalen Williams, 10 to 15 points. I would say 10 because he had 7 and 9 right here, but I know those are last year's games. This year he had 19 points against them, cashing in 28 out of his past 30 games with getting over 15 points, and 56 out of 67 games this year. If we look at versus away, this jumps up to 91%, cashing in 29 out of 32 games this year away. And if you look at away versus Western Conference teams, it's 18 out of his past 20 games when playing away versus the Western Conference team. 10 points, 100%, obviously. For him, we didn't have any rebounds or assists for Jalen Williams, but that is all I have for that game. The next game we're looking at is the Indianapolis Indiana Pacers versus the Denver Nuggets. That is a later game today. The spread is at 6.5 for Denver being a favorite. Denver is 25 and 14 at home. I do like that. Indiana is 18 and 20 away. Denver is 9 and 1 in the past 10 games versus Indiana. Indiana is 8 and 2 in their past 10 games. However, with a 3 and 7 spread outright, they beat Utah, Charlotte, and Sacramento. They're on a 3-game win streak. While Denver is on a 3-game losing streak, playing a little bit of tougher teams. However, though, they're playing Golden State, the Spurs, and Minnesota. I do like Denver today. If Murray is questionable, so if he does play, I do like Denver. Sitting at minus 250 money line. But we do not have them on the grid. On the grid, we have MPJ 10 to 15 points, 4 to 6 rebounds. Nikola Jokic 15 to 20 points, 6 to 8 rebounds. Christian Braun 10 points, and Jamal Murray 15 points and 4 assists if he does play. So let's look at Jokic, 15 to 20 points, 6 to 8 rebounds. Let's see, Jokic. His line is at 11.5. Can find some value at 8. He's hit this line of 8 rebounds in 4 out of 5 games versus the Pacers. He had 9 against them this year, hitting this in 26 of his past 30 games and 58 of his past 66 games this year. So we do like him for 6 to 8 rebounds, and we also like him 15 to 20 points. His line is way up at 29.5. But as we can see, this year he did not get 20 points against Indiana, but he's gotten over 20 points in 59 out of 66 games this year. So we do like Jokic for 15 to 20. Christian Braun, 10 points. And then we also have MPJ. Let's look at Christian Braun first. His line is at 13.5. Could bump him up over to 10.5. But what I like about Braun for 10 points, if you look at his last 10 games, he had the lowest 8% usage rate. He's playing over 25 minutes a game. With those stats, over 25 minutes a game, he's cashed this in 66 out of 72 games this year. And at home, he's cashed this in 34 out of 37 games at home this season. So do we like Christian Braun for 10 points? We also have Michael Porter Jr. 10 to 15 points. His line is at 17.5, so you can find value for him at 15. 15 points, he's hit this line in 4 out of 5 against the Pacers. He had 19 against them last time. He's hit this in 20 out of his past 30 games and 53 out of 73 games this season. If we just look at him for 10, obviously 10 points is pretty slight, but you still never know with these guys. He's hit this in 68 out of 73 games this year. And we also have him for 4 to 6 rebounds. His line is at 7.5. So this is him at 6. He's hit this in 50 out of 73 games this year. 4 out of 5 games. He had 11 against the Pacers February 24th. We do like him for 4 though. 67 out of 73 games, 100%. And 27 out of his past 30 games, he's hit this line of 4 rebounds. So we do like that. And then Murray, 15 points, 4 assists. If he is healthy today, we can take him. The next game we're looking at is Washington at Boston. Pretty simple game today. Take Boston money line. You know, Washington probably can't compete with them. It's a spread of minus 20.5. That's a crazy spread. Washington plus 20.5 might be a better bet if you want to do a straight bet on that. Sweat Washington out. I wouldn't though. Jaylen Brown is questionable for today. For the picks that we have in that game though, is Jordan Poole 10 points, Tatum 15 to 20 points and 6 to 8 rebounds, and Porzingis 10 to 15 points. So let's look at that game. Jordan Poole 10 points. Should be pretty simple, pretty slight. He's hit the line at 15.5 in 9 out of 15 games versus Boston. Every game this year against Boston, he had over 20 points. So you can take his original line at 15.5. But since his line is at 15.5, you can find value for him at 10 on a parlay. He's hit this in 59 out of 66 games this year, going 14 out of 15 games head to head. And in his past 30, he's hit this in 26 out of 30 games. If you look at away, this jumps up to 29 out of his past 33 games away this season, and 26 out of his past 30, just never going just 2 games in a row without going over 10 points this season away. So we do like that. Next, we had Jason Tatum, 15 to 20. He's gotten 15 points in every single home game this season. We look at him for 20, though, however. He's gotten this in 56 out of 70 games. He's never went just one game. Well, he's had just this one green, 2, 3. So let's see. 4 times this season, he has one single game where he went over 20 points, where he didn't get it the next game. Only 4 times this season out of 70 games. So we do like Jason Tatum 15 to 20 points today. And I also had him for 6 to 8 rebounds. Let me see, not 6 to 8. Was it? Yeah, 6 to 8 rebounds. He's hit this in 11 of 12 games versus Washington, sitting at 6. He had over 8 rebounds in all three of their matchups this year. We do like him for 6. And then if we look at for 8, like I said, over in the past 3 matchups against him for 8 rebounds on the season, 45 of 70, not the best. So that's why we would take him for 6. Um, Porzingis 10 to 15 points, pretty slight. It's Porzingis. Uh, Washington ranks 30 to the center position in points. However, though, he did not get 15 points in his last game against them, which was a long time ago. He only had 11 minutes in that game. If you look at him, his past 10 games, he's playing over 20 minutes, and his usage percentage is up over 20%. So he's getting the ball a lot, a lot. You see that he's hit this in 34 out of his past 36 games, never going just 2 games in a row where he didn't get it the next. So we do like Porzingis for 15 today. 10 to 15 should be pretty slight. Boston money line. On to the next game, we have Phoenix at New York. I seen that Brunson is questionable, so he's back on the injury report as game time decision. Stats: Suns are 7-3 against New York in their past 10 games. However, New York has beat them in their past matchup 138 to 122. Given that they're playing at New York, 1, 2, 3, 4. New York hasn't had a lot of home games in their last 10 game stretch, but New York does play very, very well at home. They're 26-12 at home, while Phoenix is 12-27 away. That is why I like New York's money line today. Also, Kevin Durant is out, and Brunson is expected to, maybe be a game time decision. So we do like New York. The picks that I have in that game are Karl Anthony Towns, 15 to 20 points, 6 to 8 rebounds, and OG Anunoby, 10 to 15 points. We can just look at those two real quick, just because we want to get through these picks a little bit faster. Looking at Towns, his line is at 23.5. His past 2 games against Phoenix, he's gone over. If you look at him for 20 points, when I said past 2 games, I meant versus Phoenix. But he's hit this line of 20 points in 7 out of 13 games versus Phoenix. 21 of his past 30 and 49 out of 69 games this year. So you probably wouldn't really take him for 20. We will probably take him for 15 points today. He's hit this line in 57 out of 69 games and 23 out of his past 30 games. We also liked him 6 to 8 rebounds. In his past 4 games versus Phoenix, he's gotten over 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds this season. Or his past 30 games, he's hit this line in 25 out of his past 30 and 63 out of his past 69 games. So we do like Towns, 6 to 8 rebounds. 6 is pretty, guaranteed. And the 8 rebounds for a little bit of value. And then you can go all the way up to 10 for him. Maybe a double-double for Towns today. OG Anunoby, 10 to 15 points. He has been hooping as of recent. His past 10 games, he's gone over 18.5 points in 9 out of 10 games. That's pretty well. He's got an 18% usage rate. And then he's playing over 30 minutes of ball. You go to him. He's hit this line in 100% versus Phoenix. So we do like him. Let's see, 15 points. He's hit this line at 35 out of 47 games this year. And then just 10 points, pretty simple. Don't really got to show it, but he's hit this in 44 out of 47 games this year. Pretty easy for OG. New York money line. On to the next game, we got Houston at Golden State Warriors. This should be a good game. I got Steph Curry, 15 to 20 points. Brandon Podziemski, 10 points. Jimmy Butler, 10 to 15 points. And Tari Eason, 4 to 6 rebounds. I do think Golden State can get to Houston today. Let's see. I do think they can get to Houston today. Um, they're 9-1 against Houston in the last 10 games. They beat them this year at Houston's house, 105-98. Money line is -210, favored in Golden State. Golden State is -6.5 spread. They're 24-14 at home this season, while Houston is 22-15 away. Looking at the injury side of things, no injuries for Golden State. Only injury for Houston, however, is Jabari Smith. He's listed as questionable. Um, I'm just gonna go over two picks in that game. Obviously, Porzemski over 10 points. He's been going crazy. He had a career high the other day. But let's look at these main players: Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. I like the bet on the main players, the players that have the ball the most. It's better for me to watch that than betting on a player that's coming off the bench. Um, 10 out of 11 games versus Houston, Steph Curry has gone over 20 points. On the season, he's cashed some 46 out of 65 games. So because of that, that is why I do like to pick Steph for 15 points. I don't care how much value it is. I just like to see green. He's hit this in 54 out of 65 games this season. He's in his last 30 games, he's cashed this in his 26 out of the past 30. So we do like him. We also like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's line of 17 and a half. Well, let's look at 15 points. He's 100% in getting 15 points against Houston since 2021. On the season, he's cashed this in 33 out of 50 games and is 18 in his past 30 games. If we look at his last 10, his lowest usage was at 10%. That was versus the Lakers. He had 20 the next game right after that. If we look at him, he's playing over 23 minutes in his last 10 games. So we put him up to 23. And now he's hit this in 33 out of 46 games this year. Look at home, his past 10 games at home. See, this line is 7 out of 10 games. Now his away stats are better than his home. So I do like Jimmy Butler for 10 points today. We know that it's very common Jimmy Butler can go under, but it's very common that he goes over. Like I said, we also have Brandon Podzemski, 10 points. His line is at 13.5. You can find great value on Podzemski today. In his last 10 games, he's playing over 25 minutes. So we do love that. Bump him up all the way to 20, 21, 22 minutes, anything between 20 and 25. And also his usage is at 15% usage. And now he's hit this line in 25 out of 34 games this year. At home, 9 out of 12. In his past 30 games at home, he's hit this in 24 out of 30. The last time he had over 25 points, he got 10 the next. So we're just looking at 26, hoping that he gets 10. Then we also had Tari Eason, 4 to 6 rebounds. His line is at 5.5. He's gone over in every single game against Golden State. If you just look at Tari Eason for 4 rebounds, though, however, he's cashed this in 44 out of 54 games, going just one time this season where it was just 2 games in a row where he cashed and went under the next. So we're hoping he goes over this game. To the power forward position, let's see, Golden State ranks, 13th to the power forward position. So maybe you can look at Sengun rebounds here as well. But Tari Eason, 4 to 6 rebounds. And the last one that we have today is Sacramento at Cleveland. I would take Cleveland money line. Let's look at that game real quick, and that'll be the end of our video. Cleveland is, I'm going to go over one more thing after this, but Cleveland is favored by 10 points, -475 money line. Sacramento has beat them in 7 out of their past 10 games, and they're also 7-3 against the spread. So maybe take Sacramento spread today. Sacramento is 3-7 in their last 10 though. They're coming off a win against Charlotte, beat them by roughly around 23 points. 4-6 against the spread in the last 10. Cleveland 3-7 against the spread in the last 10, and 6-4 in their last 10. They're on a 3-game win streak, coming off a win against the Clippers, New York, and the Spurs. They are 33-5 at home this year. I'm thinking they keep that up. Sacramento is 18-21 away. Looking at injuries, Wade and Jerome is injured for Cleveland. They're both questionable, and Larivia is out versus Cleveland for Sacramento. For that game, I had Jared Allen 10 points, 4 to 6 rebounds. Sabonis 8 to 10 rebounds. Evan Mobley 10 to 15 points, 6 to 8 rebounds, and Donovan Mitchell 15 to 20 points. So we go over there to that game. Let's see, Sacramento at Cleveland. Looking at points, Jared Allen, his line is at 10 points. He's gone over in 6 out of 7 games versus Sacramento. He had 10 on the dot versus them last time. In his last 30 games, he's never went back-to-back games without getting 10 points, so we do like that. At home this season, he's cashed this in 29 out of 38 games. Rebounds, I did say 4 to 6, so we look at him for 4. He's cashed this in 74 out of 77 games this year. And if we look at him for 6, he's cashed this in 65 out of 77 games, only going one time this year when he went back-to-back games without getting 6. So he probably can take Jared Allen for 6 rebounds today, never going back-to-back games in his last 30. At home, never went back-to-back games without getting 6. We do like that. We also have maybe taking a look at DeRozan's points, Garland's points, or Hunter's points. I didn't choose them, but I do like those players as well. We also got Evan Mobley, 10 to 15 points. As we see, he had 31 against them last time. That's pretty good. He probably can get over 15 points today, but we like to be easy. We like to be cool. Take him for 10. He's playing over 20 minutes, so we do bump his filters up to that. Let's bump him down to 15 points. Let's take a look at Evan Mobley. 15 points. He's hit this in 49 out of 64 this year. 4 out of 5 in his past 5 against Sacramento, and 22 out of his past 30 games. At home, every time he's gotten over 10 points the game before and under 15, he's gotten over 15 the next. I know it sounds like a crazy stat, but that's at home this season. As you see, 14 over, 14 over, 11 over, 13 over. And if it's under 10, he does go over, but right here he did not. So we do like Evan Mobley, 10 to 15 points today. 6 to 8 rebounds as well for him. Let's check him. His line is at 9.5. Way higher than Jared Allen's. He had 10 rebounds against them against Sacramento last time. So this is his line for 8 rebounds. He hit this in 46 out of 64 games this year. In 23 of his last 30, averaging around 9.8. We look at him at home. This season, he's never gone back-to-back games at home while playing 20 minutes without getting 8 rebounds. So we do like him for that. 6, he's only gone back-to-back one time, and every time he's had 4, he's gone over. So 4 over, 4 to 5 over, 4 to 5 over. This season, let's see, that is at home. And we do like Evan Mobley for 6 because he's only had one time this year he had just 1. But since he's gotten over like 12 rebounds, his last game, we can see him go over 6 today. Next, we have Sabonis, 8 to 10 rebounds. You can take Sabonis for a double-double today. His line is at 13.5 rebounds. He had 19 against them the last time he played them, but he has not played them yet this year. Looking at Sabonis for 10 rebounds, he's cashed this in 59 out of 65 games this season. Just to get a little bit better on that, Put his usage up to 16%. He's playing over 20 minutes in his past 6 games. He's cashed this in 54 out of 58 games. And then if you look at him for 8 rebounds, um, he's only hit and missed twice this season. So we do like Sabonis for 8 to 10. We also had Donovan Mitchell for 20 to 20 for 15 to 20 points. His line is at 25.5. If we look at him for 20, he's gone over in every single game against Sacramento. 48 out of 70 games this year, and 23 out of his past 30 games. Look at him for 15. Pretty sweet. 60 out of 70 games this year at home. He said this in 29 out of 34 games. So we do like Donovan Mitchell, 15 and 20 points. And that looks like that's all I have. I'm just going to give you just real quick some games that I do think player props will cash in today. I do like the Charlotte game, total 230. Lakers OKC total is 231. I don't like this Toronto Brooklyn game. That's why I don't have them. This Utah Atlanta game is definitely heavily favored for player props. Atlanta, you probably can take Atlanta's money line minus 750. Their total is at 244.5, so that's pretty high. Washington at Boston has an okay total at 227.5. Not looking at this Spurs Portland game. Sacramento at Cleveland, their total is at 235.5. Phoenix at New York, 225. It's okay total. We do like this Indiana Denver game. Player props should be coming through for that game. The total is at 240. Houston Golden State, a little bit of defensive game, and Milwaukee the Pelicans, a little bit of a defensive game, but their totals is pretty high. So in all these games today, I do think the player props will do really well today for Sunday, April 6th. These games start in about 45 minutes, so I gotta get this video out. Hopefully you catch it before the first game starts. But yeah, man, that's what I have today. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at cr.bets_. You're more than welcome to hit me up with anything. If you need any help with trying to find the websites that I used, you're more than welcome to DM me or comment under this video. I hope all is well. Like I said, y'all have a good day. Peace.